Okay everyone, as promised in the last tutorial, as I promised, I said that I will show you how to rearrange and basically uh, set out the button, the text box, the label, basically a way to set these, a way to rearrange and put them in order. I said that I'll show you different layouts. In this tutorial, I'll go only through one of the layouts. It's called GridBagLayout because the amount of code you have to write for this layout is longer. What I did is I already coded the program, and then I'll just explain the code for you because then it will take less time. And yeah, so let me start explaining. Okay, the same way, basically you create a new object from the GridBagLayout. This is the GridBagLayout is inside basically the java.awt package. So you need to basically call the GridBag, import the GridBagLayout. But what I did is I put dot star, that means everything in the AWT package. The GridBag constraint is also inside the .wat star .awt package. So I created an object from the GridBagLayout. I call it G, a reference to the new object. And then I also created a new object from the GridBag constraint. I call that C for this to refer to this new object of GridBag constraint. At this point, okay, so you know all of the all this code was from the last tutorial, and also this code was also from the last tutorial. I just changed this from this is a label to username, because we want a username to be here. Okay, so now we use the GridBag constraint c.gridx equals 0. You have to do this when you're using GridBagLayout. This means that you're setting the x-axis for the label to be 0 and the y-axis for the lbl1, which is username, to be 0. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is a general term. You can use GridBagLayout for any any other procedure. This is the only reason I'm using GridBagLayout, because it's very versatile and it can do all kinds of stuff. If you know GridBagLayout, how to use GridBagLayout, you don't need any other GridBag. You don't need any other layouts. You can do everything with GridBagLayouts. That's why I'm showing you this, because it's a very powerful layout. Okay, so we wanted the text field, this text field, to be next to the username. So I said c.gridx equals 1, because as you know, the x-axis is referring to the horizontal this way, and the y-axis is referring to this way. For those of you who have done a little mathematics, you should know this, that x-axis is referring to the horizontal and the y-axis is referring to the vertical. Okay, so because the user, this text box is next to the username, if we put the username x-axis as 0, we want the x-axis for the text box to be next to it, and next to it is obviously it's moving one step. It's next to the username, so the x-axis will change, and the x-axis has changed from 0 to 1 for the text box. And for the y-axis, the username was set to 0, because you can see that it hasn't moved. The text box, this text box, compared to the username, hasn't moved. It's in the same line as the username. That means that the vertical hasn't changed this way, but only the horizontal has changed. So the y-axis hasn't changed, it's still 0. And also when you add to the panel, when you add the label to the panel, before you didn't have to do the semicolon, the C, and now you have to add the constraint that you add. So you say lbl1 comma constraint and txt box1 constraint. This means you're adding it with these constraints. Okay, so going to the password label, you can see that the password label, the x-axis hasn't changed. You can see that horizontally it's in the same position, but it's only vertically it has changed. So you say that c.gridx, because the x-axis hasn't changed, it's in the same horizontal, username and password is in the same horizontal, but only the y-axis, the vertical, has changed. It has gone down one step. So that's why x-axis is 0, meaning that there is no change, and y-axis is 1. It means it has gone down one step. Okay, so and then you add it with the C constraint. So there you go. That's how you add the password. And now we come to the second text field. The second text field is as you can see, it's in the same horizontal. So the horizontal hasn't changed compared to the previous text box. But okay, let's compare it to the password field because that's next to it. The y-axis hasn't changed. So the y-axis, grid y, will not change for the text field. You can see that they are both 1 because the y-axis, they are on the same line. It hasn't gone down or up. It's in the same line. That's why they are the same. It's only the x-axis that has changed because password was here and you had to move one step to add the txt, so it has moved one step. That's why the x-axis for the password was 0 and the x-axis for the text field is 1. The same with the button. You basically, the button has gone down one step and the x-axis hasn't changed. Yeah, so the x-axis is the same, only the y has changed. So yeah, basically that's what you do, and this rearranges everything, and you can see that basically it's a simple login. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to write them down in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe.